Good morning, students. Today, in continuation with the topic soil resources of India, we are going to take up two most important type of soil, that is alluvial soil and black soil. Now, India is a vast country with vast dimensions, with varied conditions of geology, relief, climate, and vegetation. Therefore, India has got a large variety of soil groups too. Now, the major types of soil are alluvial soil, black soil, red, laterite, and mountain soil. But today we are going to focus on the first two, that is alluvial soil and black soil. Now, alluvial soils are transported soils and they are found over large parts of the country. It covers about 45.6% of the total land area of the country. So here we can see that the alluvial soils are derived from the sediments brought by the rivers in the Indo-Gangetic plains. All these rivers, which are the tributaries of the Ganga, they bring silt and deposit them in the Indo-Gangetic plain. In the Punjab plains, Indus and its tributaries does the same. So all this area has got alluvial soil. Apart from the Indo-Gangetic plain over here, alluvial soils are also found in the coastal areas, which have been formed by the sea waves. Thus, the parent material of the alluvial soil is of a transported in origin. These soil consist of varying proportion of sand, silt and clay. Now in the upper course of the river, the soil is very coarse, that is not very smooth. Sometimes rocky also. In the middle, it is medium coarse, and in the lower course, it is highly fine grained, especially near the deltas. Now, alluvial soil is made up of fine particles so that it can hold a lot of water. It is rich in potash and lime, but is deficient in organic matter or humus and phosphoric acid. Apart from the size of their grains or particles, the alluvial soils are described according to their age as well. They are old alluvium and new alluvium. Here we can see the difference between old alluvium and new alluvium. The old alluvium is known as the Bhangar and The new alluvium is known as the Khaddar. Lower concentration of Kankar nodules, that is, the new alluvium or the Khaddar has nodules with calcium carbonates in the subsoil, has less of this, while there is a lot of Kankar nodules or calcium carbonates in the old soil. The new alluvium is more fertile, while the old one is less fertile. Here we can see in the Doab region, that is those areas where several rivers are meeting, the Khaddar is closer to the river, while the Bhangar is, which is older, is further away from the banks of the river. In this diagram, you can see the cross section of the river valley where the Khaddar is very close to the banks of the rivers, while the Bhangar lies slightly further away from the banks, which indicates that as the river brings silt, they are being deposited on either side of the river, while the old ones are shifted towards the away or further away from the banks of the rivers. Now, alluvial soils as a whole are very fertile. Due to their softness and fertility, these are best suited to irrigation and agriculture. When properly irrigated, the alluvial soils yield splendid crops of rice, wheat, sugarcane, tobacco, jute, vegetables, and fruits. The Rajasthan area, where the soils are mainly sandy, and also there is some amount of alluvium due to the presence of the Indira Gandhi Canal. The irrigation which is possible has also made the dry areas over there to become richly cultivated. So here we can see that which are the areas where we have the alluvial soil. The widest occurrence of alluvial soil is in the Indo-Gangetic Plain, starting from Punjab in the west to Bengal and Assam in the east. They also occur in the deltas of Mahanadi, the Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Some alluvial soils are also found in the Narmada and Tapi valleys. Northern parts of Gujarat also have some cover of alluvial soils. Let us now learn about the black soil. Now, the black soil is also called Reger and black cotton soil because cotton is the most important crop grown in these soils. After the alluvial soils, the black soil occupy the largest areas in the country. About 16% of the total area of the country has black soil. Black soil is spread over areas of Maharashtra, Western Madhya Pradesh, parts of Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, and a few areas in Tamil Nadu. Now, these soils have been formed due to the withering of the lava spread over large areas during the volcanic activity in Deccan Plateau. So here we can see that the black soil or the Deccan Trap, we call the entire Deccan Plateau as a Deccan Trap because of fissures which allowed the lava to come up and spread on this entire region. Now, the most important feature of the peninsular plateau is the black soil area in the northwestern part of the plateau, which is known as the Deccan Trap. Now, from the end of the Cretaceous until the beginning of the Eocene, numerous fissure-type eruptions took place in the northwestern part of the Deccan Plateau. It covers major parts of Maharashtra, parts of Gujarat, northern Karnataka, and Malwa Plateau. So the Deccan Plateau mostly is known as the Deccan Trap in the northwestern area. This area is known as the Deccan Trap. Now, it was during this period, about 65 crore years ago, when the Indian subcontinent was shifting from the southern hemisphere towards the northern hemisphere, that the oozing out of the lava took place in the Deccan Trap. So you can see over here, this particular part, that is the southwestern part of the Deccan Plateau, was the area where the oozing out of the lava took place nearly 65 crore years ago. As far as the features of the black soil is concerned, it is made up of extremely fine material. Mostly it is clayey particles. It is very rich in calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate, potash and lime. However, the black soil is poor in phosphoric content. The soil can hold a lot of moisture and it is said to be moisture retentive. Now this is how the black soil actually looks. The black soil is well known for their self-ploughing quality. During dry conditions, deep cracks develop which help in accretion, that is, the movement of air. The black soils during the rainy season turn very wet and sticky. So the soil needs to be tilled immediately after the first rains. Cotton is the most important crop grown in the black soil. Hence, it is known as the cotton soil also, or regger. Wheat, sugarcane, tobacco, and different kinds of oilseeds like sunflower, groundnut are other important crops which grow very well in this soil. So students, today we have learnt in detail about the two most important soils found in India. So that is what we have enough time for you. Thank you.